Welcome to Copy Kettle Farms Live. I actually do have Donald here for a few minutes. He's just sitting over there out of the way. Not so bright.
Hey. Hey, guys.
Can I move this?
Hey. Hey.
Skinner Farms is in here.
What's up?
Matt's in here. Let's see who we got. 𝙂𝙧𝙧𝙙𝙬𝙖 Homestead was here earlier. Blue Collar Homestead. Papa Z, Skinner Farms, Matt, MB Heritage Farms. Mama Z's on her way home. She'll be here in a minute. Skinner Farms says, hey, girl, hey. That so cracks me up. So welcome, guys. This is the last live that Donald will not be here for the live for because he starts his new job. Well, technically, I guess he doesn't start until the 18th.
Yeah.
But I'll explain the blue fingers here in a bit, by the way. He is, last day of the job will be Tuesday morning. So he works tonight, he works tomorrow night, and then he's done. He's off for 3 weeks. And then he starts his new job, day shift. So there will be one live that we're not going to be attending in November because how many of you watch? Yeah, it is Blue Coat. Both hands. How many of you watch Yellowstone?
I do.
We love it. Dad loves it. So we're watching the season premiere in November, and I think it starts at 9 o'clock on a Sunday. So we will not be live that weekend. And we got Mercedes Lopez from Connecticut. Ooh. Oh, Skinner Farms just became a new member, Donald.
Oh, yeah.
I think you owe him a kiss. Just joking. Yellowstone, what? Yeah. Yellowstone, yes. I can't, I don't know that there's been, we watch a lot of TV when he's home. We've been, right now we're binge watching Blacklist or something on Netflix. But I've never been more excited about a season like I have for Yellowstone. Let's see. Walterman Hempstead is here and asks, will y'all be at HOA in a few weeks? We will not be, simply because Donald's just now starting a new job. So we can't take off that soon, if that makes sense. So we will probably be there virtually, and then we'll see what happens for next year. But we will not be there, unfortunately. Sweeney's Creek Farm, welcome. Good to see you again, too. A lot of, well, not necessarily new names, but names that we just discovered recently. So, but yes, this is the blue coach. I have an injured goat. He's been limping. You probably can't hear him. He's actually kind of, hopefully my mic is working. It should be, yeah. Let me know if my mic stops working. I'm trying out a different mic right now. But we have an injured goat. So I was trying to dunk his hoof in warm water and clean it up. My blue coat cap broke, but I still wanted to get it on him. So I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to use my hands to try to get that on him. So I don't know how long this lasts, though. Luckily, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. Did you have anything you want to say freely for it?
You guys rock.
Oh, even Reggie. I heard Reggie hollering. So sadly, no, we will not be at HOA in person. But we will be there virtually. I do miss it. I miss it. We didn't go to any conferences this year. We didn't really go anywhere. So I think 2021 is going to be our year where we're going to try to hit what we can. I will say that Donald's new job does not give that much vacation time, which we don't really take that much vacation time anyway. But the current job he has gives a lot more that rolls over. This one doesn't roll over at all, right?
No.
Yeah. So we are taking off a week in May. We'll have one more week. So we'll see where we can put that next year. Let's see. Skinner Farm says you rock. Not so sure.
Actually,
about that,
I do.
Stacy from Yellow Rose Homestead. Welcome, welcome.
2 more days.
2 more days. Look, you didn't even see it on the back of my hands. So.
You don't want to know what she thought earlier.
That is not YouTube appropriate. Don't you have to go to work?
I am about to leave work.
For your night
All
job?
I'm saying is an evolved Smurf.
Go to work. You're inappropriate for YouTube. You gonna try to do a kiss real quick?
Yes, I am.
You gonna do lipstick kiss?
No.
Okay.
Mwah.
You don't want lipstick all over you. Oh, Stacy says hi.
Hey.
Hi, hi, hi.
Go forth and do good things.
Do you want to take a Zevia with you?
Yes.
Or a Mio?
I'll take a Zevia.
MB Heritage says have a good night at work.
Oh, I will. Oh, I know what I need to do though.
What do you need to do?
I need to grab my laptop.
Oh yeah, grab your laptop. So he's turning in a lot of his stuff tonight too, including. Are you leaving that jacket there today? You're gonna bring that home?
I'll have this until tomorrow.
Okay. So he's got a lot of stuff he's got to turn in. We got to gather all his uniforms tomorrow. He's turning in his laptop, his work phone.
Did the mouse come with it?
Let me see it.
I don't think it
I
did.
don't think it did. I think I gave you that mouse just to use.
HP? Yeah.
I think that's my mouse. Leave the mouse here. Natural NC and Down Under Farm Enforcement. There's a lot of people in here today. Welcome, guys.
Did you tell them I was coming back or something?
No, I think they're here because they know you're coming back. So they're just kind of getting one last session in with just me.
Oh, that's what it is.
So yes, next week Donald will be back, and we actually might keep it down here. So I got to figure out the configuration of my office for him to be on camera. We'll figure it out though.
I'll just be the voice from the side.
Have a good day at work.
I will, because it'll be one less down.
One last down. It's 2 more nights.
Peace out.
See ya. So we're all here because we knew Donald was still away. I won't tell him that. He just walked out. So yeah, that's what's the big thing that's happening this week. Donald's last day is Tuesday morning at 4 a.m. So he'll get him about 5 a.m. and then he's technically off for 2 weeks. I'm trying to think. It's 90 hours he has to use up of administrative comp time. And then he's off for like 5 days where he's just off before he starts the new job. And that week is actually our anniversary week. We'll be 6 years married on the 10th. And his last official day is October 12th, but his last working day is this week. And it's just using up time until then. Stacy, Crystal, I want to go at Marco you later. Awesome. Yeah, I actually want to start breeding soon. So when one of the benefits of Donald leaving this job is all the vacation time he saved up from vacation we couldn't use, or the amount of overtime he's done, is going to give us a pretty nice, like the vacation lump sum check. So we're actually going to buy, well, a couple things. We're actually going to invest in a brand new bed. I've never owned a brand new bed in my life. It's always been like hand-me-down beds or something. So we're buying a brand new bed because it's killing his back. And then it's also a full bed. And I don't know how many of you have big dogs, but they're like toddlers in bed. So they lay horizontal and they kick you in the junk all the time. So I'm constantly getting kicked in the bed. And so we're going to get a queen. I'm still not going to let the dog sleep with us, I don't think. But y'all have the best anniversary date. Yes. Because isn't it also yours? Picking Smurf noses again. So yeah, so this stuff is blue coat because one of my goats, Reggie, he's limping, but I was looking at his hoof. I can't see anything, but they do need trimming. I don't know. Oh, it's your birthday. That's right. I don't know what's causing it because I soaked it in water a little bit, cleaned it off with a rag as much as I could, as he would let me, and then I mean, I was looking at it. I didn't see anything. Like, I was looking for like a roofing nail or something, or you know, just something in there. I didn't see anything. But I mean, he's not putting any pressure on it. So it's something. But I'm wondering if it's just overgrown in an awkward way. But I don't think that's it either, because it wasn't that bad overgrown at all. So yes, I soaked his hoof and then sprayed a bunch of this on it, but the nozzle was broke. So in order to get it on him, I had to do this. How old? Honestly, I don't know, because we rescued him. Because I'm on the board currently, I think I'm stepping down this month, of the SPCA here locally. They rescued him from, the story is basically there was a trailer going from Pennsylvania down to Virginia with a bunch of goats and chickens and sheep to be butchered and then sold at a kosher, like the butcher's kosher butcher. So he just goes to these auctions, buys massive amounts of goats and sheep, and then goes down and butchers them at his home and then sells the meat kosher. Well, his truck broke down on the way down, and it was in the middle of summer, last summer, I think, not this summer, but the one before. And a lot of the animals, not a lot, but some of the animals died because they were just stuck in this trailer in the heat. So the SPCA was called, and they came and they rescued a bunch of them. And then they weren't going to give them back to him because he was not willing to work with them or something. So we had technically got him for free. But he's so sweet. I mean, he's the sweetest goat I've ever owned. Just so docile, and he gets picked on. He's the one that gets picked on by all the other goats. So I just loved him. But he's neutered, and Blue, my other male, is neutered. So I need to get a male. And I've been thinking about, I would like to get another Nigerian dwarf, because we've got 2 Nigerian females, but one's really small. So part of me also is kind of like, how cute would it be to have a male pygmy mate with the really, really small Nigerian dwarf and see what happens. So I might do that, because I think that would be really cute, personally. Blue coat will wear off in a day or 2. Good. I was wondering about that. Gorilla Glue is worse than blue coat. Yes. I've never done that, though. Catching up on the comments. Mattress shopping is the worst. Going mattress shopping again tomorrow. Oh, so you're doing the same thing? We're thinking about getting the purple mattress. Because I think I read like some Good Housekeeping article where they were talking about, here's the most cost-effective mattresses. Here's the most economical mattress. Here's the best for bad backs or something. And I don't know. I think we just really liked looking at the purple. But we're going to go test one out, because I don't know. I know nothing about mattresses. So very common pygmy and Nigerian dwarf. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I bet they're really cute too. That's what I'm looking for. Well, and we also have the Nubian Leia, who's like my big dumb, the character from Star Wars, Jar Jar Binks. She's my big dumb Jar. She reminds me of Jar Jar because they have those floppy ears, you know. So we wanted to name her a Star Wars name, but since she's a girl, we named her Leia. But she sounds like Chewie, because she's this is what she sounds like. I'm gonna do a goat impression, which is awful, but she's like, so there's my Wookiee impression for you guys from Star Wars. Stacy, you are so sweet. Stacy is now a new member. Check this out. And I didn't catch, let me get Skinner's up here too on the screen. And Skinner Farms became a new member. Now, Stacy, you guys, you can see on her logo here, that's Yellow Rose Homestead. So follow their actual channel, Yellow Rose Homestead. I want to say they're one of my highlighted channels on my homepage, I think. Yes. So featured channels, if you ever, you know, for some reason are on our page or whatever, they're one of our featured channels there. Actually, I'm just going to link them because I want to take care of the new members. So this is Yellow Rose Homestead, and then Skinner you guys want to give them a like. What I like about both of these channels, Skinner Farms is just hilarious. If you like seeing videos of cows and calves and things, then definitely check out his channel. And Yellow Rose, they were the couple. I was supposed to marry at HOA last year, which that didn't happen, obviously, because HOA didn't happen in person. But they were the trucker couple. They were always on the road. That's the worst Wookiee I've heard. Yeah. And they were just retired from trucking so they could be on their homestead. So they're like just starting a homestead. And I really love the idea of watching a homestead start from birth. And that's what their channel basically is. So definitely check them out. But yes, you have a goat now. I tried to see if you could make someone a member, and there's no, because I can't force someone to pay for a membership. I was hoping I could convert the donation that you made to a membership, but it doesn't give me that option because I think they don't allow it. They want you to have the option to do what you want with your money. So for me to switch it all around, I don't think they would allow that, sadly. I want to see you do an Australian Wookiee then, Darren. Thanks. But now I got to update my list here too that scrolls on the bottom, which that is really easy to do here. So let me do that while I'm thinking about it. I think I have to hide it first. Yes. See Yellow Rose Homestead. Skinner Farms. It gives me 1,000 characters, so I can make this list really long for right now. There we go. Perfect. So one thing that you guys will also want to do, doing it now, can you hear it? No. But I'm going to get to, are you on Marco Polo? Because if you're on Marco, I want to hear it. No, that was funny. That sounded like Chewbacca. So yes, if you guys that just joined Skinner Farms and Stacy as members of our channel, if you go to the community tab, there's a post for members only. And it links to a Google Drive where I'm throwing some of the free gifts for members. So there's a really good herbal magazine that it was the September gift. If you want to go download that, you may have to just ask permission to have access to it. But I'll also, if you don't do it that way, I'll just send you guys a link once I get your emails. Oh, are you a member too? Did I miss you? When did you become a member? Did you do a member when I wasn't looking though? You might have done it when I wasn't looking. So it didn't give me a pop-up. All right, hold on. Let me add that in here. If you did that when I wasn't live, I probably didn't see it because the world is chaos. There we go. Perfect. If you want funny, look up fence build fail. You know what's also funny about your videos was the chip video. Have you guys seen that challenge that people are doing, the Pakwi one chip challenge, where it's like that really spicy chip and you eat one and you have to swallow it? I've been thinking about doing it, but I also don't think I want to do it because I feel like I would cry. I did it last week. I'm just, oh, you did it last week. So I need to put you guys on my intro screens too, which I'm really excited about. You don't have Marco up down there. Huh. Is it an app that's just not available or you just have never used it? Look at all these goats, guys. There's so many goats. I love this. Hey, Terry from City Girl Country Heart. Welcome, welcome. I keep hearing my goat. That's the one thing about goats. Like I have him quarantined so that he doesn't have to walk as far to get to his water and feed because he's injured. And he's lonely. So I'm half tempted to bring another goat down. I probably won't do it tonight, but maybe tomorrow. I mean, if I could stay with him, I would because he's so sweet. I would totally. Sorry, I love my body to not eat one of those. Yeah, I feel like my concern, and I'm not going to ask Skinner this question because I feel like it's TMI, is once you consume the one chip challenge that's extremely hot, like what happens after the fact? Is it just as painful? So I you know, I think you guys know where I'm going. I mean, you guys know my husband. Poop is just in our vocabulary. So anyway, have you guys had a chance to check out the Homesteaders Hub Forum, by the way, the Facebook group. So I've been working on the website some this week. I'm really hoping to, I'm going to get it launched in October. It's not going to have all the features I want in it, but I think it's going to be a really good resource for homesteaders. So Donald's on here while he's driving to work. Turn me into a human flamethrower. That's disgusting. What's wrong with you? Skinner says, oh, I'll tell you, the aftermath was the worst part of it. I don't even want to know. So, but I don't even know what I was saying. You guys have distracted me. I don't even remember. Oh, so Homesteaders Hub Facebook group. Some of the mods have been doing such a fantastic job finding things for people to talk about. And I'm actually going to do a video. I'm trying to decide whether to do it on my business channel or on Copper Kettle Farms, but I'm trying to figure out ways to do video tips for you guys. I don't know. So when you follow a YouTube channel that's about homesteading, do you mind if they do something completely not homesteading related? So if we do videos about herbalism and soil, and then I do a video on how to edit a video in DaVinci, would that be a turnoff? There are some people that, don't like that kind of stuff. And I'm fine with putting it on my business page because all of this is very relevant to marketing in general. But what do you guys think? When you see channels and they do something completely out of the blue from what they normally do, I guess. So Blue Collar asks, what Facebook page? So in the description, Mama Z posted it, the Homesteaders Hub. It's meant to be a place where, because you got so many groups out there where they're either restrict, look at that blue thumb, look at that, that's ridiculous. They either restrict whether you can post about your channel, which I think like homesteading is a group that they don't let you self-promo, or they suggest you do things that are illegal for Facebook and can get your channel removed, which I've seen in another group recently. Or like they're very judgmental. Like there's good and bad about every group. But this one's meant to be a group for people that either are trying to figure out ways to produce an income on their homestead or like help grow their channel. And so you can ask questions about, okay, what are the legalities of selling meat on my farm? And then it's meant to be like more business and marketing oriented to help figure out ways for people to stay on their farm and make an income. That's my goal with it anyway. It could evolve from there. But one of the things in Big Bear Homestead, thought this was a really good idea, is we were talking to a channel. I don't remember the channel name. It was a couple weeks ago on the live. And like we've been buying cattle panels like crazy here to build some fencing. Like $20 a pop. TSC. How long are they? 16-foot cattle panels or something. But this channel that was here said that in Florida, it cost them $100 for one cattle panel. And I'm like, why can't we have a network of homesteaders that are willing to deliver supplies, like a supply train, different people come and pick up or whatever, to deliver these supplies when they can't get them somewhere. So that's going to be part of it. Marketing tips. I love talking marketing. Every time you guys get me talking about marketing, like I don't shut up. So that's going to be, I'm going to use that to help grow the channel and help grow everybody else too. I actually have a couple tips in mind. I've actually put out some videos already. So those will be coming. I actually have one that I'm going to record maybe after the live tonight. Excuse me. Depending on how much I feel like recording tonight. So those type of videos will be in there. But yeah, Natural NC sums it up pretty good. Homesteaders Hub is a well-rounded community tapping into both the farming side and the YouTube side of homesteading. Yes, I love that. Crazy Ed says, well, I do a homesteading channel, but I also a truck driver. So I show cooking and going to different states. See, I love that. I love that. Yeah. See, I was going to talk about all the drama that went down in a group recently. I was going to talk about it last week, but then I felt bad because 𝙂𝙖𝙧𝙙𝙬𝙬 Homestead was in here, and I love Doug to death, but he does not like hearing drama. He's like, I don't want anything to do with it, and I don't blame him because I'm the same way. I somehow get pulled into it, but I was like all ready to be like, all right, let's talk about the drama, and Doug's here, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to do that to Doug. So I didn't get to talk about it last week. And honestly, it's been like over a week now, and I'm like, I don't really know if I want to talk about it today either. It was bullshit drama of a bunch of kids playing some kind of power play, and I'm just over it. So we're creating a group that's being run by the people. So there you go. Videos about whatever you like to do. Yeah. And honestly, I may put some of them here. You were in the middle of that drama. See, I didn't get to see any of it. That's the thing. I was notified of it after the fact, after it was already removed from the group. But I know for a fact that I was mentioned, and I'm like, I have never once created drama in this group. And I wasn't even part of this discussion, but somehow just blame Crystal. It's good. I can take it. It's good. So anyway, Homesteaders Hub will not be that way. Right now, I'm the only admin, but I have a team of fantastic moderators that are... See, I didn't even know you were a mod in that group. That's weird. But a team of fantastic moderators that, they've been in this long enough. They know what they're talking about. They're active, which I think is important. If you have a group that has non-active mods, and then they come in and start making a bunch of changes, like that leaves a bad taste in the community. So, I love that the mods that we have now are just constantly active. And I think that really helps. It's that dang boss bitch face. My husband's boss, the one that left that I kept saying I wanted to shank in an alley, she, I think I was dropping Donald off at work at one point, and I was sitting in the car. Maybe I was picking up because I was sitting in the car, and I was in the driver's seat, and I was waiting to pick him up. And apparently she came walking by. I saw her, but I didn't pay her much attention because I didn't freaking like her. But she said she was going to walk up and say hi because we had never talked, like not once. And she got halfway there, and she said her legs were just shaking. She's like, I don't know what happened, but I got so fucking, or excuse my language, I'm sorry. Did I bring you lunch? Something like that. But she said she got so scared that she couldn't do it. She couldn't come say hi. And I'm like, why? Donald says I give off this dragon energy. And I'm like, I don't think so. I think I'm very, very nice. But I mean, if it lets people I don't like stay away from me, then may it forever be my superpower at this point. So anybody can join the group. Yes. Anybody. Even if you don't have a homestead yet and you're just kind of exploring the idea. Even if you just want marketing tips for YouTube. I mean, we're all kind of learning together. So I'm not an expert at YouTube. By no means am I an expert at YouTube. There are some people in other groups that, claim that they are. But until you hit Goldshaw Farms or Justin Rhodes or Jess and Maya level of growth, then I'm not going to believe a word you say. So there's that. And then, yeah, they kicked Mama Z out for some reason. Like, who dislikes Mama Z? She's like the sweetest Texas mother of everybody. I'm in a Facebook group that's not helpful in terms of growing more and which cameras are best. Yeah, see, to me, the camera doesn't really matter as much as everything else. It's the content. The content is really the most important thing to me. My issue is I haven't been putting out content. Most of my videos up until March were all done with my cell phone. That's it. That's it. How the shorts, the 3 shorts that went viral, it's all done with a cell phone. 4.5 million views, 10,000 subs with the cell phone. For a video that made no sense, it was a dumb video. It was not interesting at all. Like I I totally agree with that. Like, it made no sense that those videos went viral. But again, the point is it doesn't matter the equipment. So City Girl says, Crystal, share the different things you like to do on here. You would be surprised at what people want to learn. I've been looking forward for a good herbalism group. Oh, yes, there is an herbalism group too. I don't know if Mama Z can post a link to that. That is a part of Homesteaders Hub as well. And I have not posted in it recently, but as you can tell, I haven't put out any videos recently either. So, but I am doing, do I have it here? I don't think I have it here. Rosemary Gladstar's course on the science of herbalism. So everything that I learn, I'm going to put in there. So that might be helpful for you. I love the channels that hit 1K and then they think they're now YouTube experts, right? You can put out, here's the thing about that. And I 100% agree with you, by the way. The shorts that I put out that got me all those subs were so unskilled. It was like me filming 30 seconds instantly, no editing at all. And it was done. So anybody could do that. Anybody could do that and get 10,000 subs from just a funny short. That doesn't mean that they are good content creators. You know what I'm saying? So I completely agree with you. Just because I had a short, 3 shorts go viral does not mean I'm a good YouTube creator, because I'm probably not. Like, my video editing game, I think is improving. I try to do something new with every video, and I'm really big on making sure that I'm not wasting people's time. They're very heavily edited. I go right into the content. I don't like doing videos where it's like, hi, welcome to Copper Kettle Farms, and today we're going to talk about such and such and such. And by then, whoever's watching the video is probably bored. So instead, we'll be like, in Donald's soil video is a good example of this. We'll just be like, today we're going to talk about 5 tips on how to build your soil to help you do such and such. So you're explaining what you're going to do, and then you get right into it. That's it. There's no like introduction and just stuff that just eats time, because it doesn't need that. Skinner Farm says, I have a video to upload after the live. I haven't put much out. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do a general vlog, and then I probably should sit down and do research for my elderberry video I want to do, but time is my enemy. You're everywhere. I'm the same way. I like being everywhere. Yes, there's the link to the herbal groups, Terry, if you want to join. And I'll double check and see why that is. I might have gotten the links wrong. I'll have to double check. I can't right now while I'm on the screen. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, see, I understand, especially in the homesteading community, a lot of people in the homesteading community are very polite. You know, we have certain manners that we like to practice in terms of, down home country folk mannerisms. And one of them is to be polite and welcome someone back. And y'all come back now, you hear? Like, I understand that. But in the beginning of a video, you have pretty much 3 seconds to catch someone's attention to make them stay. And then you have 30 seconds to make sure they stay. So if your first 3 seconds are, hi, my name is Crystal from Copper Kettle Farms, I mean, that's 2 seconds right there. So it's always best practice, in my opinion, and from what I've seen from other people, to highlight something in your video, some piece of your content first. And then you can go into an introduction and be like, today we are going to learn 5 steps on how to build your soil. And then do like a Copper Kettle Farms logo briefly, like extremely brief. Some people don't even like doing that. And then be like, today, this is Crystal from Copper Kettle Farms, and we're going to go over 5 steps to build your soil and some kind of bonus action at the end or whatever you want to say. And then you get into the content of the video, if that makes sense. Actually, 1 second. I had to find something real quick. Mama Z and D, I sent you messages on Facebook. So, but yes, that may be something I do as well. Like, I feel a little weird doing how-to YouTube videos because I'm still learning, but there are certain things about marketing that's still relevant for YouTube. So I may start with those. And as I continue to build up my particular skill set and then share that type of stuff, like there's certain things that, like if you look in the description below this video real quick, we'll use that as an example. Actually, you know what? We're going to do it right now. I'm actually going to do a screen share real quick so I can show you what I'm talking about. Let me find a video that I can do this on, because this is a good tip that everybody would be useful for everybody here. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Share screen. And we're going to look at this screen real quick. Okay, so this is a live that I did on the 5th or whatever. And what I want to show you guys is these links here. Can you see how some of these are fairly short, not too long? These two in particular, I'm using a link shortening service called bit.ly, bit.ly. What I want you guys to notice, though, is if I scroll down a little bit more to the Patreon link, the Teespring link, which I know a lot of you have, an Etsy link, which I know a lot of you have, do you see how it cuts off here? Now, if I click on it, it's still going to work. But what YouTube is doing is they're truncating it, meaning it's too long. So they're just going to shorten it, even though the link itself will still work. So if I click this link, the Teespring, you'll see at the top here, maybe that link's broken. Let's try the Etsy one real quick. If I click the Etsy link, all right, I don't have any products for sale yet. Hold on, let me turn this off. I got my noise in my ear here. So the link works. I don't have any products up on our Etsy right now, but if I were to copy and paste this, which I'm actually going to do that here. I'm going to copy and paste this in the comments. Put this in here. This is what it looks like copied. You can't, like you could probably click on it, but it's not going to go to the right place because YouTube's not copying the code that makes the link work. They're just copying the text. So in order to solve that, this is a tutorial I was going to do, is I just created all my long links, like these Amazon links here, or my TubeBuddy affiliate, my Canva affiliate, my StreamYard affiliate. They're all just bit.ly links. Actually, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and show how to do this real quick. So the purpose of doing this is so that when your mods are trying to copy your links, or maybe someone is, it's mostly for your mods, I guess. When your mods are trying to copy these links in the chat, they're not copying a half-ass link, if that makes sense. They'll instead would have to click the link, then copy it from the browser window. So you're taking that extra step away from them so they don't have to do that. So bit.ly, again, this is a link sharing service, and I'm going to go ahead and take the Etsy link, which is this long link here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to show you how you set this up in bit.ly real quick once I sign in. bit.ly just creates a link that you can slightly adjust, but it also tracks analytics on how many times someone clicks that link, which is why I like it. So let me log in here. I'm going to log in with my business account because that's where I keep all my analytics. And you'll see a bunch of links that will already be here. So here's all my links so far. I've already got my Teespring link in there. So I went ahead and adjusted my future videos with that. My Copper Kettle Farms, a couple other services I've done. My Mary's Heirloom Seed affiliate links in here. So what I'm going to do is this big orange create button up here. I'm going to click that. And then it says enter your long URL. So I'm just going to paste my Etsy long URL here. And I don't think I did already make one, but I'm just going to go ahead and do this as a sample. So I'm going to go ahead and just hit create, which is going to take you to another screen. And it's going to say you can either customize it or it's just going to have a random string of letters. But see how it's so much shorter now? It's just this link right here. So you would save it, hit copy, and now this is your new link. See how short it is? So it's no longer going to get cut off when your mods are trying to copy and paste all of these links, because we got a lot of links. Like my Pinterest, I need to shorten that one. The Amazon ones are already pretty short when you have an affiliate there, but it just saves your mods from basically putting in broken links. And I've seen that in some people's lives. Sorry about that. I clicked myself out of here. So some people, they leave those long links in there and they just don't realize that you can have a URL shortener. And I'll have to like open the link in another tab and then copy the real link. So does that make sense? Am I explaining that well? I might have to think about how to explain that better, but it just makes the link shorter so that YouTube doesn't cut them off. So it's easier for your mods to copy and paste. That makes sense. Okay, so we got that link situated. Awesome. Downer says, yep, I lose a lot at the start. Might have to change it up, but lose it on ASMR ones too. I don't have talking to. Well, in the ASMR ones, like I've got one ASMR one. It's the dark herbal apothecary one that I did. If they listen to it and they're not getting the vibe, they may stop listening. But I don't think that has to do with the content necessarily. It just might not be what they were looking for. But if someone's watching a video and you've got this big, long introduction and they're like, God, just get to the content. Because the sad thing is, as much as we want to have this beautiful flow of our videos, nobody cares. And that sucks. Like I used to do this beautiful intro of the Copper Farms logo, this beautiful span of outdoors. And then I was like, you know what? This is just taking up 5 seconds of my time that I could be gathering people in to watch my videos. So I stopped doing that. You could do it at the end, certainly, but yeah, it just wasn't worth it to me. As much as I liked it, and if I just wanted to do videos I liked, sure, I could keep doing it. But I also want to put out videos that other people like and that they're going to stick around and watch. So you kind of have to weigh the options. Like, do I just want to do only stuff I like, or do I want to do stuff that I know my audience is going to like, or an audience is going to like? And I tell my clients that when it comes to websites, because I do get clients that, I had this one client. I used to work for a big company in Maryland that did mostly medical organizations, like $1 million websites, because medical organizations, massive budgets. It says my internet's a little low. I wonder if it's because I got a video going, or did I mute it? Let me make sure I don't have a video going because my internet's like, we can't handle much. No, it's good. So it was like some kind of neuropsychopharmacology website or something. And they wanted like the little ticker down here. Like on here, it's great. On a website, a ticker is extremely dated. Like 2005, maybe tickers were cool or something. But this client insisted, this is great. I want this ticker. It's the best thing ever. And I had another client that had music that played on her website. And she did like specialty Rice Krispie treats that were dipped in chocolate and sprinkles or something. And she had this like very annoying music playing on her site. And she's like, my clients love it and it has to stay. And it's the best thing ever. And I'm like, all right, first of all, I'm not building a website for you. I'm building a website for your clients. I'm going to build a website for what your clients want to see, what we know your clients like about your business, not what you like, because you clearly have bad taste. So I'm very upfront with my clients. It's in every single one of my contracts that I'm not building this site for you. I'm building the site for your clients who are going to buy from you. They don't always like when I say that, but I can be a little blunt. Yes, that's actually a very good point, Donald. TikTok and shorts are numbing people to intros. Our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. So I think it's even more and more important that we are interesting right outside the gate. So we're going to put out a vlog this week. That's probably not going to be very interesting. I'm going to see how I can put the footage together. But when I do like the Maryland video I did, I don't do any intros anymore. It's just all, we're going to talk about this. And here we go. Squirrel. I'm very bad with the squirrels. Natural NC is correct. It's hard to find that balance between documenting things for your own benefit versus filming things useful for others. And I think that's where it becomes really important to define, well, what exactly is my goal here? Like for us, we started Copper Kettle Farms channel to network. And I mean, I have a massive network now. I didn't know any of you guys 2 years ago. And then as soon as we went to HOA in 2019, and then we came back, I think I directly went into the hospital. I did. I directly went into the hospital the second time. But I was so excited about seeing all these people, everybody. This is what it looked like at HOA the whole time. It was like this. And I'm like, what are all these people doing? And I had already known Justin Rhodes, and I had already known Roots and Refuge and Joel Salatin. I knew the big names, but everybody had this. And I was like, you know what? If they can do this, why can't we do this? So we started a channel, not knowing exactly what we wanted to do, but we knew we wanted to network. So we've slightly evolved from just a vlogging channel to, okay, well, Donald's really passionate about soil. I'm really passionate about herbalism. We're both passionate about small acreage farming. That I feel like that would be a good focus for our channel. So we're trying to be a little bit more educational. I think that's our goal right now, is to be educational, less vloggy. Although I will still do some vlogs because, it is us. Dee says, yes, you were still in the hospital when I met you. Yeah, that was when I had the double pulmonary embolism, blood clots in my lungs for that one. That was the year after I was in the hospital in 2018 for losing feeling in both of my legs from blood clots. So no more blood clots, all blood thinners. Yeah, I had just gotten out on Halloween. I remember that because I was really upset. I've never in my life missed carving pumpkins on Halloween. And it was like the night before Halloween. I had already been in the hospital for about a week. And I was like, I don't know that I'm going to get out on time. So they released me that day and I immediately came home and carved a pumpkin. So I got to carve my pumpkin on Halloween, like the day I got out of the hospital. But yeah, I've survived 2 episodes in the hospital with blood clots. So I'm on blood thinners permanently now, unfortunately. Which I really didn't want to do. And the only reason that I got the blood clots the second time is when they put me in the hospital, when I lost feeling in my legs, I was in for a week. They said, we're going to leave you on blood thinners. We're going to test you again in December. And this was September. So what's that, 4 months? And I went into December and they said, well, everything looks fine. Your protein levels look good. And you don't have the gene that's normally what causes these blood clots. So we're going to take you off blood clots. I'm like, yes, great. And then October hit and we went to HOA and I was feeling a little funny at HOA, but not too bad. But I told Donna, I was like, this is starting to feel similar to what I had in September of last year when I lost feeling in my legs. Like my legs were a little tingly. So we got back home and I think I gave myself a couple more days. And then I was like, I just can't. It's just too tingly. So I went back in the hospital and they said, well, you don't have... Because the first time it was 5 blood clots and 2 of them were in my pelvis. So that's when my legs were losing feeling. And they said, well, it's not in your legs. Now it's in your lungs. I was like, and then I went into Afib and I think my heart rate was 200. So they would not even let me get out of bed to use the bathroom. Let me tell you, bedpans, I don't know who thought of bedpans, but it's like the worst thing ever. I can't stand using bedpans. I felt bad for Donald because I'm like, all right, you're gonna have to help me hover over this thing. But anyway, that's TMI, right? That's, whatever. National NC says, I'd love to see more conferences similar to HOA and the Homesteading Life Conference continue to pop in our areas of the country. Yes. Homesteading Life is one I want to attend next year if I can. I think that's the first one I want to attend. My friend passed after going off blood thinners for procedure. Yeah. My dad had a stroke for that same reason. He's survived 2 strokes and 1 heart attack. And I'm afraid to go off of it. Like Donald and I, have still played with the idea of getting pregnant, but then I'm like, all right. But now I'm on blood thinners. And 1, I'm old. 2, the blood thinners. So I don't know. that train might have passed, but we could always adopt. So there's that. You should look into beetroot juice. It lowers blood pressure and helps prevent clots. I love that. I would look at that. I also have been looking at like natural blood thinners like garlic and cayenne. So I want to make sure that whatever like you believe about possible economic collapse or something, that whatever I can grow to make sure that I have something to help regulate, and it won't really regulate, but to help maintain some form of blood thinning. So that's one of the things I'm researching too. And I might even do a page on that from my Materia Medica, but it scares me to death to think of if there is some kind of economic collapse and I can't get warfarin or Coumadin, you know, what am I going to do? What's dad going to do? He's on Eliquis. So what is he going to do? He's got Afib and he's diabetic, and you would have to change the warfarin for aspirin at higher doses, most likely. Yeah, and then there's the aspirin issue. Like, what happens if you can't get aspirin? I specifically grew a willow tree, and I would like to probably get at least 2 more, just in case. But I don't know whether it has the same properties for the blood thinning. I just know it has the same pain management properties. So maybe one of you know that though. Beets are high in nitrates. Already did a video on it. Awesome. I'll check that out then. I should write that down so I remember. No aspirin, white willow bark, right? That's why I grew it. That's specifically why I grew that one. So they would do the blood thinning too then, right? You guys would know. You guys would know. I said, you have to give up having a child. I hope you can find a way to adopt. Yeah, I'm totally fine with adopting. And honestly, Donald and I are both the backup foster parents for 3 of his nieces and nephews. So if something ever happens to his mom, and his stepdad's already not doing well, he's in like stage 4 kidney failure or something. But if something ever happens to his mom too, then we're the next in line to take 3 teenagers, which I'm totally fine with. I love kids. I especially like them when they're grown, but I think adoption is definitely an option. So, and there's so many kids out there that need good homes. City Girl says, I didn't know that about Willow. Yeah. Okay, I'm at work. Stop talking about me. No, we're going to always talk about you, Donald. Aspirin is a blood thinner. You also bleed out quicker if wounded. Nice. Good to know. So I'm just going to grow all the willow, and then you're going to see me with like sticks in my mouth and stuff. Great. I'll send my teenager your way. Teenagers, I don't think are as bad. I mean, you definitely have your hormonal imbalance stuff where they just like are sad or angry. Like you never know what their mood's going to be, and they of course are like this all the time on their phones, which, you know, whatever. If I grew up as a Gen Z, I would probably be that way, because I'm a Gen X millennial. I think they call it Zennial. Like I was born in 80. So I'm like right at that cusp. But in high school, once we got our first computer, I was on the computer all the time. And at the time, I think my mom used to give me a lot of crap for it. And then when I started dating Angelo, I think he gave me a lot of crap for being on social media all the time. But then I look back and I'm like, okay, well, me being that into computers and web design and stuff allowed me to build my business. So I don't want to approach children being too into technology or gaming as a flaw if it's developing a skill set that they're eventually going to turn into a business or something that's going to make them money. Like you can make money streaming gaming, and you can make money teaching yourself how to make websites. You can make money doing social marketing. So if I didn't do all of that, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. That's for sure. So I have to keep that in mind when I see kids on their phone all the time. The kids these days are so freaking smart they will figure out a way to make something that's been hard for 100 years easy like that through some kind of technology. And I'm like, why didn't we think of that? Oh, because we're old. So 20s worse than teenagers. Why is that? I was awesome in my 20s. I actually My dad had his stroke when I was 22, I think, or 20. No, it was 20. I was 20 when my dad had his first stroke. And I was living on the naval base in Norfolk, Virginia with my first husband. It's a 5-hour drive to get from there to Maryland where we were living. I think I cried the whole way when I heard. And I decided at that point, because this was like November of 2000 or something, I said, well, I told my husband, I was like, I think he was overseas in like Greece or something, touring the Med in the Navy. And I was like, I got to move home. I can't be 5 hours away from my dad. See you, Blue Collar. Thanks for hanging out. So I moved home and I moved in with my dad to help take care of him. He was still working, but it was not the same. So I think at that time I was making $8 an hour as a veterinary technician. I went into veterinary medicine because I love animals. In 2003, he was told by the doctor that he would have to quit work. And I don't know, did I save the picture of this? I don't think I uploaded it yet. He would have to quit work or he was going to lose his leg because of all the different medical issues he's got. They basically, if he gets a cut, just a small cut on his skin, it turns into an unhealing ulcer. And it's like, some of them are like the size of my fist. It's like someone took a bite out of his leg. That's what the ulcer develops into. It's pretty gross. So he worked concrete for 40 years, a lot of construction. There's no way that he's going to be able to continue doing construction with that kind of illness. So they told him, you're going to have to quit. And he quit that day. So I'm making $8 an hour as a vet tech, living with my dad. My husband's overseas in the military somewhere. He can't tell me where. And my dad has to quit work. So we're living off $8 an hour for 6 months until his disability kicks in. So I've been taking care of dad ever since then. I really didn't, and it's not like I regret it at all. Like I don't regret taking care of my dad at all, but I didn't really get to experience the fluctuations of adulthood, like in my 20s. So I don't always know what life was like in the 20s because it was like, all right, well, you're an adult now and you need to support a family at 23 years old. You don't get to go out and party and you don't get to go travel the world and go to college and all that other stuff. So, but what I did do is I honed my skills. I got good jobs. And I learned to build a business. And I think that was worth it because then I got to spend all that time with dad. City girl, they are smart, but they make lots of stupid decisions. Yes. But that's also adults right now too. There's so many dumb adults out there right now. I'm just like, I feel like 2020 just brought it all out. Like it exposed all of us for all of our flaws, including myself. But I definitely put on some weight during COVID. So we're working on that right now. I think I've lost 6 pounds so far. So we're working on that. I say that and we had pizza tonight for card night, but once a week. That was my flaw during COVID. I just got lazy. Down Under says, wait a minute, I missed it. Where'd it go? I had it here a second ago. Oh, I make money doing websites and I'm a 60s baby. Dude, the 60s, I love so much music from the 60s, especially rock music. It's so good. So we are almost at our time. I'm going to go ahead and do my channel shout out for tonight because I like to do that every week. I love sharing the love. I feel like it's very important for all of us to just share that love. It's not all about us. There's enough people to watch all of our channels. So the channel shout out for today is a channel that isn't really here often in our lives, but they did leave some comments recently. And one of the things I do, just for those that are interested, is I go through our comments and pick out videos or channels that have commented on our videos to highlight. So if you want to get highlighted sometime, either be here regularly or leave a comment. And that's usually where I pick some of our channel, unless you have like a big milestone, and then I try to highlight them like the last week. So channel highlight for today is Hedgehog's Homestead. They left a comment recently on our channel. I love the fact that they have a unique name. They do put out fresh content. That's another thing I look for as I check to see if a channel, and if someone could post a link in the comments here. There we go. Naturally, NC's got it. I love channels that are at least putting out fresh content. There's been some channels that I've seen that I'm subscribed to and they haven't put out anything like 5 months or a year, but these guys do put out fresh content. I think their name is adorable. They have supported us, so I wanted to send out some love to them. So Hedgehog Homestead, definitely check them out. And let me bring me back in here. There we go. Yeah. Oh, see, I'm glad a lot of you guys know her already. That's perfect. I love that. Are you talking about crypto here? Let me tell you, I've done really well with NFTs lately, if we're getting into the geeky stuff for a second. So we'll have to talk about that sometime. Why are you not in a platform drops where you can message me outside of these chats? Because I never remember to have these conversations with you about stuff that I don't think people here really want us to talk about because it's kind of nerdy. But why are you not like Instagram or something? Does anybody know where that quote comes from? 2 by 2 hands of blue. Those are Stonk's pick. Precious name, isn't it though? I love that name. Sorry if the chat's laggy to what you guys are saying and hearing at the same, because StreamYard, for some reason, the chats are very laggy. I don't know why that is. It's just StreamYard. I love StreamYard though. I love being able to have all of this information up front. Obviously, you can see our social media up here. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter is where we're at the most. Don't need it. Made 4K off my fun stock account last week. Nice. Yeah, my biggest goal right now is I want to get enough Ethereum to be able to pay off my dad's debt. He finally told me how much in debt he is. So that's my focus right now, is to see if I can bring in enough to pay off his debt. And then our debt. So we'll see. Anyway, so thank you guys for hanging out with us. Next week, Donald will be here. I may do some recording tonight because I like to do a lot of my voiceovers at night. There's not as much traffic on this road and there's nobody to bother me. The dog's not barking at me from the deck and things like that. So I may do some voiceovers tonight to get out a video this week. Finally, it's been like a month or two. Sorry. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. Definitely check out all of my channel members. Anybody with the blue goat is a channel member, meaning they get all kinds of cool perks like herbal magazines. They're going to be on our newsletter. I may send fun, like actual things. Like, I don't know. Some people send out gifts. Like Stringfield Farm sends out gifts to her members and stuff. And I might actually give them some special access to our NFT project we have going on. So if you are not a channel member, there is a link below if you want to join. It's very cheap, $1 a month or something like that, $2 a month, something like that. And you get access to some cool stuff. So feel free to join, like, share, all that fun stuff. And we will see you guys with Donald next week, which I'm super stoked about. Thank you guys again. See you Sunday.